Is a throwback. It is an episode that I recorded in the first year of my podcast. And if you're new here, you may have not gotten all the way to the back catalog. I've recorded almost 500 episodes at this point, and I've never recycled one episode. But I really wanted to bring this one back because it's that time of the year where we get confronted with difficult decisions, where we get invited to family gatherings, where we get put on tables with people that are our air quotes family, and we're really uncomfortable and we don't want to be there. But maybe we can't say no, or maybe we choose not to say no, or we're not strong enough to hold the boundary to say no and to not go to that family gathering and event. And I just wanted to remind you that you have permission to do what's right for you and your family this year, and every year for that matter. For any event, not just the holiday season, but any time of the year, you have permission to own and say what's right for you. And if it's not right for you to be at that event or to go to that table or to head to that house or to say yes to that event or hang out with that person, you're the one, my friend, that gets to decide. And consider that if you're not, if you're doing the same thing you always do, if you're just going along with it and you're people pleasing or you're lacking boundaries, you're gonna feel it. It's gonna cost you. It's not gonna cost them, it's gonna cost you. And so I really wanted to have you hear this one more time. If you haven't listened to it, I can't wait for you to listen to it because I feel like it's the time of the year when many of us need to hear this message. Sending you so much love. I hope you enjoy this episode.
Hola, hola. It's your girl, Erica from America. Welcome to the Confidence Chronicles podcast. This podcast is all about helping you stand in who you are. Stop giving a fuck what people think about you. Start standing as your fully expressed self. As you are, queen, as is, there is no filter needed. You are fucking awesome. And I am here to remind you, I'm a confidence coach, a business mentor, a speaker, an author, and I am obsessed with women standing up, showing up, and creating their confidence. And I cannot wait to dig into today's episode with you.
And in this podcast, if you don't celebrate Christmas, please don't be offended. It's not just Christmas. It's this holiday season. You know, for you, whatever that holiday season is, it's when the end of the year comes, the lunches, the dinners, the family get-togethers, all the cray-cray. I remember I did a podcast, I think my first year of the podcast in 2018 or 2019. God, that feels like 10,000 years ago. And it was called How to Not Go Cray-Cray at Christmas. And I feel like this episode is kind of like that. But the difference of this, I don't know about you, but over here in Australia, we've been, in lockdown and it's been COVID. It's been like COVID Christmas. We're just getting out. People are able to go to houses and visit each other and all that stuff now. Possibly my mom may be coming to visit. Don't even get me started. I'm bleeding and I will totally cry in this podcast about my mom. Girl, I haven't seen my mom in 2 years. Last time I saw her was Christmas 2019. So it's a different holiday season this year. No matter where you are in the world, I think we've all been impacted by the pandemic and what's gone on. And so wherever you are in the world, whatever's going on for you, for us in particular here in Australia, it's pretty hectic because things are opening up. Everybody's going to be hanging out and going out and shopping and doing all the things. And for us this year, I was talking to my husband, I feel like the more this shit goes down, the more introverted I feel. And I can't believe I'm saying this because I'm not. Y'all don't know me as an introvert. I've never referred to myself as an introvert. I be loving some humans. I be loving people. But let me tell you what, after all this shit and lockdown and just all the crazy that's happened, I do feel like I don't want to go out and be in massive groups of people. I don't want to go clubbing. I don't want to drink alcohol. I don't want to go do that. I feel real homebody now. Like I want to be home with my kids and my husband on some farm with land. So I wanted to do this podcast because I don't know what your holiday season will look like. But here's what I do know. We allow our boundaries to be broken. And I did a podcast once with Fleecy Malay, and she's it's an episode way back when. And she spoke about boundaries, and I'll never forget this. She said, boundaries are not a preference. I would prefer you don't do that. That's not a boundary. A boundary is when you do that, I'll do this. When you do that, this is what happens. And this holiday season, this Christmas time, is going to be a great time for you to test your boundaries with family, test your boundaries with people, test your boundaries with food, test your boundaries with alcohol, your boundaries with spending money and buying shit you don't need. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's such a time where maybe even because of the COVID lockdowns and lack of seeing our families, almost this guilt. Like, I should have Christmas with my mom. I should invite my whole family over. I should blah, blah, blah. So number one, catch the shoulds that are coming out of your mouth right now at the end of the year, holiday season. What is coming out of your mouth? Are you saying I should do this? If I don't do this, they're going to feel that. What will they think if we don't come? Whatever it is. You have to actively choose the kind of experience you want to have. Not only in Christmas or the holidays or Happy New Year, always. This is just a time where it becomes really difficult for people because their mom wants them to go to their side, and then the in-laws want this side, and then this person wants you to go there. And, you know, I don't know about you, but I remember old Christmases back in America. I'd be jumping around. I wouldn't even enjoy it. I'd be driving over there, driving over here, dropping off gifts there, picking up gifts here. It'd just be this like forced visitation. Like, I got to do the right thing and spend time with my family. I have to go here. I have to go be there. I have to have lunch here, dinner there, and dessert over here. And I just want you to right now pay attention to how you're thinking about this. What's come up for you? Has family already contacted you? You know, what's happening now? This shit about COVID and vaccinations and all that jazz. Do you have family members who want to talk about that at the dinner table for Christmas and you don't want to talk about that? How is that conversation going to go? Are your parents on you about things? Here's the question. Are you going to enjoy yourself? This has been a fucked up year. It's been a good year, but it's also been a fucked up year. There's been a lot of crazy shit and good shit. And I'm an optimist, so I think every year is a great year, even when it's horrible. But man, I'm tired from this year. The last thing I want to do is sit across from somebody who's a part of my family who I don't get along with and do some small talk. Like, yuck. I'd rather be home under the sheets by myself, and I don't like being alone. But in order to not do small talk, that's what I would rather be doing. So I want you to think about this. Where are there shoulds coming out of your mouth around the holiday season? Or does your partner have shoulds? Number one. Number two, what would you love to do? How would you love to end this year? How would you love to spend your holiday season? Whether that's Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate. What would be the perfect end of year celebration, get together, experience for you? And some people are like, yeah, but that's not going to happen. I'm going to have to go to this person. I'm like, yeah, but give yourself a minute to write out what would you love to do? What does that look like for you? And consider if you struggle making boundaries, I'm asking you to just write down what that would look like, and you can't do that. So no wonder the boundaries aren't there. Have you ever asked yourself, what do I want to do? What's important to me? How do I want to experience this? If you're a mother, a lot of the times we don't think about that shit. We think about our kids and what we should do for them and what we need to do for the family and cooking the turkey and doing all that jazz. I'm like, what's going to feel good for you? What do you need? What do you need? And it's a question we suck at asking ourselves as women, as mothers, as caregivers, as leaders. What do I need? And the third thing is, what are some hard boundaries that you know you haven't set that you need to set moving into this holiday season? If you have a partner or a lover, a husband, a wife, whoever you're with, or multiple people, sit down with them and ask them what they think and what you think and have a discussion about it. You know, recently we were talking about, would we possibly move? Would we leave the country? Would we leave Australia? Would we leave Melbourne? And I didn't know how my husband felt. I mean, I knew, of course, we have his parents here and I love his parents and I wouldn't want to leave them. But we didn't end up talking about it until I pushed so much that he was like, babe, what about mom and dad? And I'm like, oh, tell me about that. And we had a beautiful discussion. So I could hold space for what he was thinking and feeling, and I could hear him and he could hear my concerns, and we create a plan together. Now, that was about moving. But this scenario where you go into people's houses, having lunch, having dinners, all that stuff around Christmas and the holidays, it's the same thing. Can you create a discussion with your partner or with the person you live with, your housemates, whoever you need to talk to, your parents, about what you need and what would benefit you the most? These are them difficult conversations. I did a podcast about it. If you need help with it, go to the Difficult Conversations podcast, because there are difficult conversations that need to be had. There's certain family members who I'm like, I don't have any bandwidth for that shit. Like my mom has family members who she's like, every time I hang out with her, I feel drained. I feel this, I feel that. I'm like, then don't. Who said you had to? Is that guilt? What is that guilt telling you? Why do you have to do that? I don't know when my last day on planet Earth is, and I'm definitely not going to be spending it with people doing things that I don't want to do, with people I don't want to be with. And that's the same for you, my love. So if you need to sit down with yourself or with your loved one and really work out, what is the boundary this year? What are the boundaries that you need to put in place that you haven't? And if you're like, I don't have any boundaries, oh shit, okay. Why? What is the deal with the boundaries? How do you feel about boundaries? Why haven't you put some in place? How do you feel about doing that? What's the judgment you have on it? Have you put them and they've been broken? How come? What happened? Why? This is a real testing ground to see what's working for you and what's not working. And if you're not willing to write it out and look at it, you're not going to be able to change it, my darling. And the goal here is for you to have some boundaries around the holiday season. The goal is for you to be okay, for you to get what you need. Forget about gifting and chocolate and wine and drinks and fucking all the shit that we do. How beautiful would it be if you did what you wanted to do? Or if you at least felt like you gave yourself what you needed? That's better than any gift that someone could buy you. The gift of listening to yourself, the gift of tuning into what you need, the gift of explaining and sharing to the people that you love what you need. For me and Hamish, my husband, we don't do anything we don't want to do. We're not buying gifts for people out of guilt, spending money out of guilt. We're not getting our kids a fuckload of toys. Our kids do not get a fuckload of toys because they be bratty and they don't even play with them. And then they open the next one, they open the next one, they open the next one. What else? What else? I'm like, yo, you got like 4 amazing gifts that you haven't even looked at because you just tore them open and went, where's the next one? And that's from us. My son didn't come out of the womb like that. That's from us, from our culture. So I'm like, hold on a minute. If he's getting that from us, what are we going to change? And I've already been talking to my son before Santa. I've been like, listen, this year, who do you want to gift? What do you want to give? Who do you want to buy for? What do you want to do? What beautiful thing can we create for your teacher or for the people that you care about in your world, for your friends? What can you make someone? If you have little ones, these are the things you can teach them from now. Mommy and daddy aren't going there because we don't want to do that. We would prefer to be here doing this. Oh, wow, making decisions for something that you want. Like, this is that time. So just because it's Christmas, just because we've been in lockdown, just because you feel bad because you haven't seen your grandma or whatever it is, if your grandma's negative and she's going to be yelling at you, asking you why you gained weight and all this bullshit across the dinner table, don't go. Don't go. There's nobody forcing you. You don't have to do it. You can set boundaries. And you know what? When you set boundaries, people don't like it. And if people don't like the boundaries you're setting, those are probably the people who you need to set boundaries for. Straight up. It's not easy to do. It can feel uncomfortable. But if you don't protect yourself, your energy, what you want, what you need, and you go for what it is that you need, who's doing that for you? Let me know. It's you. That's your job. And then what happens when we don't protect ourselves or we say yes when we mean no, we get angry. We get pissed off. We suppress how we feel. We get, pushed and triggered. And then other things come from that. And I'm like, if you go to the root cause, your ass is saying yes, but you should have said no. Just say no. There's another podcast for you, girl. Be kind, say no. Or boy, whoever's listening to this, be kind, say no. If you have issues saying no, listen to that podcast. Just remember, we're all conditioned. Christmas, giving, dinners, food, parties, alcohol, binge eat. Like, we've been conditioned to think what the holiday season is. You get to rewrite that. We just spent 2 years isolated on our own, locked down, not doing what we normally do. Now that we're coming back, you get to choose how you come back. You get to choose what you do that you used to do and what you will not do anymore. You get to choose that. And old Erica's like, party, people, crazy, woo. Now I'm like, nah, man, I want a small group. My circle's getting tighter and tighter. It's tighter and tighter, and it's good because I only have so much energy. I only have so much energy, and I can only be with so many people. And I want to be lit up. I want to feel good in what I'm doing. I want to feel supported. I want to feel like I'm energized with who I'm around. I want to feel like I'm doing things that energize me. I want to feel in flow. I want to feel abundant. I want to feel amazing. I don't want somebody fucking up my Christmas dinner with some bullshit. I don't want to do that. I don't want to feel trapped in my own house because I got to invite so and so, or else they're going to think blah blah blah. We have to get a gift for so and so because they bought us this. No, like let all of that shit go if you can. Try really hard this holiday season, this Christmas, to enjoy yourself. Yourself. Set what you want, the boundaries you want. I can't tell you how many clients I speak to. It's so sad. Who unfortunately are going to be at a dinner table across from a creepy uncle who abused them, or a creepy grandpa, or a weird cousin who they do not want to be sitting next to or across from. Or their auntie's going to be bombarding them with a million questions on why they chose this over that. Or criticizing their weight, criticizing the way that they parent, what they're wearing, what they're eating. If that is going to be your situation at the end of the year and that's your holiday party and your end of year celebration, get the fuck out of there. Do not set yourself up for that. You get to choose. If you can choose. If you can choose, what would you choose? And that's what I'm asking you to do right now. So your homework, my darling, at the end of this fuckery of a year, I don't want you to think I didn't love 2021. There was so much goodness that came, but golly, I am so happy this year's over. I'm just like, is it Christmas yet? I'm taking 4 weeks off. We've never done that. I've never taken 4 weeks off. I've set up my team. We got a skeleton crew. Shit is like, yo, don't be emailing me. Don't be emailing me. Podcast is still going to be coming out because I'm smart and we batching and we getting shit done. But I am literally going to have a break. And I can't wait because that December month be crazy. And this whole year was crazy. I feel like I haven't stopped since 2019. In my mental health world, serving people, helping clients, lockdowns, people's emotions. I love it. I love what I do. But I need a break. I cannot wait. So you better believe that the last fucking thing I want to do is sit across the table from somebody who I don't want to talk to or who's going to annoy me. And even me and Hamish, when we go out to family shit, when we're done, I look at him. He's like, ready? I'm like, we ready. Let's go. Let's get the fuck out of here. We're done. So honor yourself. Give the gift of your own presence to yourself. Honor what you want. Honor what you need this holiday season. Honor that. And notice yourself being like, I can't. Oh my God, it's so hard. Cool. Now you know what to work on in 2022. You got to work on that. That's some shit right there for you to work on that's identifying itself because you feel guilty or you feel bad or whatever it is. You can't say no. You don't want to be mean, all that jazz. I'm going to do a podcast as well to end this year because holy moly, I feel like this year I did enough for 5 years. I feel like in one day I do what most people do in 2 months in one fucking day. I don't even know. It just feels hectic. It's so crazy. And I got the energy, but let me tell you what, girl's 38. I'm getting old. I'm getting tired. I'm getting introverted. So I ain't got no patience Christmas. I'm like, this is for me. I'm gifting myself. I deserve this time. You deserve this time. You worked really hard this year. In whichever way that means work. Work could be kids at home, homeschooling. Work could be physical work, making money, not making money, working, shift work, whatever. You worked. This has been a big year, my darling. So please do me a favor. Write up all them boundaries, how you're going to stand in them, what it is, how you feel about them. Talk to the people that you love. Make the decisions that you want to make this year. And join me throughout December and January. We're not taking a break. The podcast will be here. We're actually doing an amazing audiobook series. So if you have not bought the audiobook and you want to listen to 6 hours, basically a 6-hour long podcast, that is my book, Confidence Feels Like Shit. I go off script. It's awesome. I hope you love it. And you get a beautiful PDF that you can download and you can actually do your creating confidence work inside of that PDF for free with the audiobook. I'm so pumped. I hope you have the most incredible holiday season. I hope that you complete this year that was. I hope that you get everything you want. I hope that you have the most incredible and beautiful time with the people that you love, with your friends, with your family, with your loved ones, children, with yourself. I hope that you give it up to yourself as well for the big year that was. I love you. Work on them boundaries, and I will see you next week.
Thank you so much for listening. I freaking love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for your ears and your energy and your attention. Thank you for letting me into your world. And thank you so much for listening and tuning in to this podcast. There are so many podcasts you can listen to, and I deeply, deeply, for real, appreciate you listening to mine. Do me one big favor, one big thing. Please share this episode or this podcast with a woman who you know needs to hear this. This is my mission on planet Earth, to serve as many women as possible so that we could show up, stand up, speak up, and create the confidence and the life that we desire. I appreciate you, my love. I will see you on the next episode.